Let's make some red velvet cheesecake stuffed chocolate chip cookie bars. How's that for a title?
Let's see what's cooking. It's time for yoyomax12.
Hello everyone. First thing we're going to do is make that cookie layer. That's 3/4 cup of butter, 1/4 cup of white sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar. Beat those things together until light and fluffy. Beat in 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then you're going to gradually blend in 2 cups of all-purpose flour, a little bit at a time so it doesn't fly everywhere, until you have a nice smooth batter. Then stir in 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips and then set this aside. Now on to the cheesecake layer. 8 ounces of cream cheese room temperature, 1/2 cup of white sugar. I added it on top of Mr. Happy Cream Cheese's face so you wouldn't see his face when he was blended. Blend that until light and fluffy. Blend in an egg until creamy. Then add in 1/2 tablespoon of cocoa powder, which will give it that cocoa flavor. And then we need to add in a teaspoon of white vinegar. Finally, you need to tint this a reddish color, and that's what red velvet is. It just uses red food coloring. I'm using Wilton No Taste Red. I just added enough until I got this reddish color to it. And then it's time to assemble all this into the pan. The recipe asks for a 9 by 9 inch baking dish. I don't have one of those, so I use an 8 by 10 inch baking dish, covered it with aluminum foil, sprayed it with cooking spray, and then you're going to take just a little bit over half of the cookie dough, spread it in the bottom of the pan, and then pour the cheesecake filling on top of that. Spread it out evenly. Then you'll take the remaining cookie batter and you're going to take chunks of it and you're going to crumble it on top of the cheesecake layer. Now you're going to kind of crumble it on there because you don't want to, you can't really spread it because you want it to be on top of the cheesecake, not sinking into it. Sprinkle with an additional 1/2 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and you're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 30-35 minutes. The edges are going to get golden brown and the center will still be kind of jiggly, but when you take it out, it will firm up as it cools. And then allow it to cool completely before slicing. And there it is. These are actually delicious. That chocolate chip cookie layer is really good. And it has cheesecake in the middle, and you can't really go wrong with cheesecake in the middle of cookies. Now, the red velvet aspect is nice because it kind of looks cool to have the red in between layers of cookie. But you know what? If you don't want that food coloring, just leave it out. Leave out the red completely and leave out the vinegar, and this is an awesome dessert. Thanks for watching. Another awesome recipe I have on my channel that involves cheesecake and chocolate chip cookies is this one, chocolate chip cookie dough cheesecake. This one is to die for. Check it out.